Just being a YouTube superstar, no big fucking deal. But seriously, welcome to the training week, and fuck, it feels good to feel good. Deload week just came off. Deload week into this week being the first week of the last prep phase into Worlds, and fuck, it feels good. Coming off deload, everything felt light again, which is nice. I didn't feel fucking tired, even though I'd slept. I didn't feel hungry all the fucking time. I'm just feeling good, which is the main thing. And I think that just says to me I timed the deload just absolutely perfectly, because I hit everything I wanted to hit, and I was absolutely ready to set up this training block. Now, coming into this training block, it's 4 weeks is the goal before we hit the peak phase. We are with deadlift, prioritising the pause deadlift, as I talked about a little bit earlier, helping with positional stuff, and I think even building a bit of aggression and power after that pause to fucking send that weight fucking to the moon as I lock it out. Now, this block coming up, the priority is to ensure that I can survive it. I do plan to lift more than I have lifted on any of the other training blocks, with more load, more volume, and more intensity, and that means one governing rule must be applied to this training block, and that is I can only train as much as I can recover from. So, knowing what I know what I want to do means I know what I need to do in regards to upping my accountability to all the little things that will let me do that, and that is sleep. Maximizing that thing. Now, like a lot of people, I wish for 8 to 7 hours. However, that is not physically freaking possible. So what's most important then is the quality of the sleep, I think. So ensuring and even tracking that sleep to make sure I'm getting good deep sleep and getting as much as I can, and even looking for more minutes where it's available as well. Things that can help me with that is just reducing a little bit of that caffeine intake, not having it too late. So I do crash when it is time for bed. Food needs to be on point. I do need to eat more. I have added creatine. That's right, creatine's in the system. I do find I respond quite well when I use creatine. I will run that all the way through to Worlds. That will also help with recovery as well. And I need to stay on top of these, the sore old body. Wrapping everyone for Nats coming up, plus the rigours of just moving weights around the gym, mate. The body does get beat up and tired, plus my own training. So I do need to up my accountability to some recovery work as well. So we'll be doing that. For now, Sunday, mate, recovery day. I am chilling at the beach. Little Coach Kendra's having a nap with mummy. Check out the videos. Enjoy the training. Okay, most important thing from the training week. What do we got? My lovely wife, Jaylee, absolutely annihilating a 3-rep PR, 90 kilos. She's in the midst of a little bit of a training block at the moment, looking to hit a big single and crush a new personal best. She weighs quite light. She's less than 60, so hitting 90, that's 1.5 times body weight. Fucking super cool. We'll crush, move past the hundreds, no doubt in the super future. Most coolest thing done this week was the lovely wife crushing that 90 kilos. Now, look at my week that was. Now, being that we've talked a little bit before, I'm now calling Monday pressing day. I'm not too concerned with how I press, whether it is lying on my back and pushing it away like a bench press, standing nice and tall and pushing it over my head like I am here, or any of the other various methods and models of pushing and pressing. So, pressing week for me, my shoulder press overhead, aka fucking sucks. So, I'm taking it personal. I'm going to train it with some purpose, make that my first exercise of pressing day. 50 for 3. I do add a bit of a pause at the top, try and help myself with some stability on that thing. I hit a few sets. I hit some back downs at 40. Yep, that's right. That is 40 kilos. It's not a lot, but it's a lot for me. I do have a history of some shoulder issues. I do feel strengthening will help. Now, moving forward, incline press. 60 kilos, not a lot of weight, but being the first session of the training block, I do find I don't need a lot of weight for new stimulus, being it's a new exercise. Keeping the weight a little bit lighter allows me to train a little bit faster, just keep pushing reps, pushing volume, not too fast like I have said on what I move on this day. I just want to get some work in. After this, I just move into some single arm stuff, some dumbbells, a little bit of back work, and hit some arms, because we must hit arms, because we all want nice big arms. Happy with that again, mate. I'm going to progress this exercise along, see where it lands. Now, waiting for the deadlift. I have set up this training block to be pauses, 220 this week. Back of my mind, thinking about what I want to hit the coming weeks. I am hoping to be able to maintain 20 kilo jumps, so that sets up 240 next week. My mindset going into this set, if I'm to be completely honest, was soft. I was thinking about it being 220 versus thinking about how much effort I need to put on 220 if I want to move 300 or even more one day. So I did walk away from this set and had a little bit of a think to myself and said, Johnny, it's 220, you should be able to throw this over your head. So I did get myself in a bit more of a mindset of moving maximal weight, got the process rolling. That's me going outside, getting some talcum powder, me walking through the door, me chalking, give the ammonia a little bit of a honk as well. That is adding some amplitude to my session, which will help. I am going into this 220 saying you need to earn the right to be able to jump to 240, and 220 needs to be light because I do have a target to beat my previous best pause, which is 260 for one. I am hoping to at the end, in 3 weeks time, be able to hit 3 singles at that very least, and then the following week push past that. So you'll see I hit the pause and I get after this thing and treat it with absolute disrespect like it should. Good thing is though, for us to be honest, the 220 felt light. 220 should. It felt light. It didn't feel heavy. Positionally, I'm quite happy. I have in the last training blocks had some issues turn up where the weight is starting away from me. We do know, like all things, the load closer to the thing that is lifting it means the lighter it will be, the further it is away from the thing that is lifting, the heavier it will be. So that 220 can be many different types of weights. So I want that thing really freaking close to me. Again, we're coming into, this is the last set. Again, I don't want to say I'm frustrated with myself. I am just thinking how much effort I need to put on the bar. I do feel in the previous set, whilst it was better than the one before it, I did not get after it as much as I should have. So going into this 220, I even crank it even more, which I am, to be honest, most happy with this set. I know next week being at 240, I will need to be able to amp up on that first set and absolutely get after it. Technically speaking, 220 will even be just the warm-up next week, as I'll hit that as my last warm-up set and then jump to that 240 kilos. Positionally, again, I'm quite happy with it. I'm nice and upright. The weight's feeling nice and light. We're just moving it along. Now, I must say, this is a fun training session. We've got all the boys. There's Petey in the background there. Jimmy's taking some video, I'm pretty sure. My lovely wife there, Jay Lee. There's Sil hanging out. Shristi hanging out. All these crew are coming to nationals with us. All of them are competing, so it is a bit of a privilege, I do feel, to be able to lift with my crew on their last deadlift sessions. And that will definitely help me get amped up. You'll see here now, we're hitting some back down work. We're trying some chains in. I do enjoy chains. That is going to force me to be more forceful, adding more load coming up to the top as I come up. This is why 3 reds, 170, you add the chains 15, 195 at lockout. I want it to really move fast. I'm working on aggression, working on maximum effort to move that weight off the ground. I will utilize chains, aka like pure speed training, on the next peaking block where I'll be just moving repeated doubles, try and throw a little bit more weight in there. Now, the back off deadlift exercise, I've been looking forward to throwing this one into the prep, been holding back to when I do it. We're going with a snatch grip block pull. Why the blocks? I've no desire for the extra range of movement that comes with doing that wider grip of snatch grip. I am just looking for that extra back work that comes with having to hold that weight in a wider position. Challenge my shoulders in staying back, because I know when I got 300, or even if I'm lucky enough to have more in my hands on the sumo come comp day, I am going to have immense upper back strength to be able to stabilize my upper back. I do look forward to pushing this. I just picked 2 reds because it was easy loading. We'll probably jump 20 a week on this thing, see where we can get it. Thumbs are good, I'm good, we're happy. Now, I threw this one in because this is an interesting self-coaching tool that I think everyone should be doing for themselves. Video some of your warm-ups. Why? Because you can see how you're moving the weights. You can see if you need to change anything, see if you need to tweak anything. Simply check your depth and make sure you're happy with how you're moving with that.
if you are recording videos and sending them to your coach, you should watch your videos, particularly some of the lighter ones, so you can make those self-adjustments, considering the feedback. So for me, I'm wearing those new sleeves. I haven't barbell squatted properly for quite a while. I'm looking forward to putting barbell squats into this block of training, so I'm just a little bit foreign personally on the movement itself. So I do record this 75 kilo sets just to see where I'm at. My movement I'm reasonably happy with. My depth I am not. I did watch the video back, had a chat to the wife Jaylee to see what she thought about the depth, and she was like, it's not low enough, go lower. So what did we do? I videoed a few more ones. You don't need to see those as I jump up and warm up. Right, here we are, top set, 3 reds on the bar. I am loosely looking forward to see what we can get with this barbell squat. I do plan on maintaining it, let's call it the green zone, so I don't absolutely roast myself on a Saturday and be wrecked coming into Wednesdays for the deadlift day, although I do look forward to just getting some weight on there. I'll make a few rules for myself. Rule number 1, minimum must be 3 reds. I will assess my fatigue and consider what I've done in previous weeks to see what I need to do the following week to try and gain some progress. But if I am feeling flat, perhaps I won't push too far past that 175 in the coming weeks. Now, I hit a triple. Now, how did I know how to hit on this? Previous deload week, I threw in the barbell squat just to give myself a self-assessment on where I'm at and where my strength levels are at. I know I hit it back down 3 at 175, so I figure after a deload, a 3 should be nice and easy. Here we go, let's see what they look like. Nice big breath. Push into the hips there, turn out, straight down, bang. Depth still needs a little bit of work. We'll work on that in the coming weeks. But essentially the weight moved well. It feels really nice. I'm happy to hit the 3s. Again, I probably could have, if I wanted to redline it or max a little bit of amplitude, get a little bit fired up. Definitely could have hit more reps, but not needed. Running the strategy of just keeping it at 3s for the heavier sets, or 1 to 3s even. Putting some controls in place, like not having spotters, so that's going to stop me from going for anything stupid, and just managing how much I go for so I don't accumulate that fatigue. For this session, we hit 2 top sets. Coming up in here, here's the next top set. I am thinking I want to move this thing a little bit faster, so we do just use it with a little bit of the old smelly salts, just to talk it up a little bit now that I'm kind of a bit more confident and comfortable with where the weight is sitting and how it feels, how the movement of the low bar squat does feel. And to be honest, I'm using a belt on the squat for the first time really in a little bit as well, so I can add a bit of a different dynamic. Unrack it. So for me, now that I've got a bit of a feel for it, I'm just thinking to myself, just squat this thing, stop thinking about it. Here we go. Good one, easy, no dramas. Nice big breath, into the next one. Let's get Johnny. Good, up these, good. And then we hit the 3rd one. Moves a little bit faster, feeling a bit better about it. Next week, we'll just run that rule. We're going to hit the 3-plate red minimum. We'll see how we warm up, see how I feel after deadlifts as to what I do there. We might go up, or we might even just push another rep or 2. Beltless work for me is super important, so we do work in some back down pauses. We've got just the 2 reds. Why 2 reds? Because it's easy loading. Take 1 red off, I got that. And here we go, we throw this thing on here. I do really enjoy pause squat. My stability in squat historically has always sucked, so this pause squat does help me a lot to work on that stability. Plus I do enjoy the benefits of working on that power and drive out of the hole you get on the squat. And I do feel that that's going to carry over nicely into my sumo deadlift, which would be cool. Although if I was to be super honest, after this session, mate, it just left me feeling a little itchy, a little scratchy. Itchy because it's like, fuck, I wonder what I could hit before I hit the Worlds on a barbell low bar squat. So I think if the conditions are right, if I can get a little bit of a crew round for a spot somewhere in that end of October before we head off, we might see if we can sniff out a nice personal best on here. I do feel previous I've done 227.5. I am without reasonable confidence I should be able to shoot past that. And PBs, mate, they can be rare to come across, so mate, if the opportunity arises, I'll definitely go for it. Now, one of my favourite parts of the training, mate, getting to hanging out with the family here. Coach Kendra was super keen for some sled today. Daddy sled. So guess what we did? We did some sled. Mate, that smile on her face says it all. It is absolutely the best, and the best way to finish off the training week is recovery bike rides. Thanks for watching, crew. See you next week.